Hold on. Get the elk. Yo, that's crazy.
You want to get out and look at them?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I'm finna walk with them. I'm an elk too.
Brother, mountain.
You never see something so breathtaking in your life?
Look. Do you see the blue rays right there? It looks like God coming up.
Wilderness Works, when I first heard of it, I thought it was a program where we just go like a, like a Boy Scout type thing. I skipped over the whole wilderness parts.
So where the entrance gonna be at? Man, I haven't even seen the outdoors. I just heard stories. But I believe that I was meant to be here. I just wanted to see different places.
These are the legs. The little knobby things are the legs, right?
Please help me. You might help me out.
Most of the trips I've been on, we were in Georgia or probably North Carolina, but never really went somewhere where it's just wilderness and wild, like Colorado.
This is one of our youngest groups to fly on a trip and go into a national forest and do real rugged outdoor living. They're a bit on the young side, but they learn a lot and they grow. What's the name of that movie, Dylan, that you told me about with the people that put on all the weight? They end up being on like these... Is it Wall-E? If you've seen that movie, so all they do is watch TV. They've got like food that just comes to their mouth. They don't have to do any work. And they become softer and softer to the point where, if you ask me, it's like they're dead. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that a lot of us do that for 50 weeks out of the year, and we stop doing this. Outdoor living is living. And believe me, when you go home, when it's September, you will look back at this experience and you'll have kind of a pain because you'll be looking back for it and say, wow, that was cool, I really connected.
Cliff, you still in?
I was very fortunate as a young person. I was in an orphanage as a baby, and I was blessed with being adopted by good parents, and I grew up in Miami Beach, Florida. And my brother and I, we were canoeing in Biscayne Bay and boating and sailing and swimming and going to the beach. We were definitely in the outdoors. When I was in Mercer University in Macon, Georgia, we started to work with disadvantaged kids, and I began to appreciate how powerful outdoor living experiences would be for them. And I realized that taking this to the next level, establishing a nonprofit, is where I needed to head, and that's what I've done. This is our first city camp of the year, so why don't we do this? Let's all say what our name is. You want to stand up and say your name?
My name is Jake.
Oh, I like that name. That's a cool name. Where do you go to school?
Parkside.
Parkside!
First impression, he was a stranger, really, but he always was making jokes.
We got to do the special handshake, okay? Who's that back there?
I didn't know him first, so I just called him weird.
What is the name of this organization, Victor? Now, look at the forest. The green is the forest, right? Can wilderness work if we're working our way towards extinction? No.
When I first seen him, I thought he was like this old, white, grumpy man. So I didn't know what to expect.
Outdoor living, it tends to be male-dominated and it tends to be Caucasian. So introducing these ideas to the children we serve, which are predominantly black children, it's a tough thing to attempt.
How many people know where we're going next? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. With me being there, I think it helps because I am black, I am a female, and I do come from the urban neighborhoods, so I am very informed, very in tune with these kids. Y'all just lost your turn.
Ebony Martin is outstanding. The two of us work together very effectively.
I don't look at him as the white savior, and I don't think he looks at it as, oh, I'm helping these black kids out, but I'm helping these kids that in any other situation couldn't afford the opportunity.
Let's go.
What we do at Wilderness Works here, we want you to have fun, but my job is to give you ideas. Do you understand me? So let me give an example. How many people here can say, I have a lot of absentee father in my life? Raise your hand. I know I can. It's a lot of people.
I think he can connect with us because, you know, Bill also grew up, you know, as an orphan, and he didn't have his real parents in his life, so he couldn't have that real blood-on-blood connection.
I met Clifford when he was in 5th grade. His dad was in prison, and his mom had a full-time job. He's got 2 sisters and a brother. He was like the man of the house, right? He's only in 5th grade.
We have parents that work 2 and 3 jobs just to struggle. It's a lot of things going on with the child as well as the family as a unit.
With Nick, for instance, he is grappling with depression. With Clifford, he had to grow up with a father who was incarcerated during most of his childhood. Ahmani has experienced chronic homelessness, constant instability.
Right now, I'm just concentrating on like really trying to work and get us somewhere to stay. You know, you need your own room, your sister needs her own room, and 3 bedrooms are not cheap here.
Yeah.
Literally, I gotta work a lot.
I was around 4. It's when my dad first got arrested, and I think that's when it actually started with all the chronic homelessness and stuff. Sometimes I stay in a hotel where it's like prostitutes and people selling drugs and smoking weed and stuff like that. I've never really like lived on the street. I think it was because my mom, she'd always find a way, really, even if it was just going to another shelter or another hotel.
Do you remember like some of those rinky-dink hotels sometimes, like when I wasn't working? And we had to lug all our clothes around, and sometimes I say, y'all, we just gonna be here for a couple of days. Let mama gonna figure it out and we're gonna move somewhere else. You know, I always try to make sure, you know, we got something good to eat or something like that. But a lot of them hotels, I look back and think, wow, how could I, you know, allow us to stay in it and with y'all?
I was mad at myself because I felt so ashamed of being homeless and living in shelters and stuff. I was ashamed that I didn't live in a house or an apartment. My mom did have a good job. She didn't get good money. I was staying at Nicholas' house, another shelter, and there was a sign-up sheet for something called Wilderness Works. So my mom had just put my name on the list.
They was like, oh, we think your son would be a good candidate for it. And I met Bill. We sat down and talked. And the next weekend, I let you go. This was your first time ever going away from me, you know? And you've been going every weekend since. And that was, what, 6 years ago?
I remember how
You've been going every weekend since.
I used to pick me up, and I get mad because I was leaving. I started crying.
You didn't want to leave the camp.
Mm-hmm.
So you was just having that much fun. I used to always say, Bill, your new white daddy.
You did say that.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Bill.
I believe that Ahmani is in a period of processing. By careful, repetitive experiences and reassurance, we do think we may be countering this negative energy in his life so that he feels like he has value and that he is worthy and that he can overcome this neglect that he's faced as a child.
Kind of remind me of a red panda and a squirrel. If they had a baby, but that would be kind of weird. But fun at the same time.
I bet you want to stick your hand on it.
I bet you I won't. What if it just charge out the whole like just? It's gonna catch no hell.
I give you all my
whole
dinner food if you go do it. I got 2 bags of mashed potatoes.
Let me get a bag.
Go do it.
I made a bet with Nohead, because Nohead said if you stick your hand there, he'll give me half of his dinner. So I stick my whole entire hand in there. I hear something like sniffling on my hand, and I pull it back. I was like, that. He just let me have his mashed potatoes with the chicken. That's a combo. You know how good that was?
In this particular trip, initially we're acclimatizing for some high altitude backpacking, so we spend about 4 days in Rocky Mountain National Park as we anticipate going on to the Snowmass Wilderness outside of Aspen, where we are going to be climbing over 12,000 foot peaks repeatedly.
Bro, we in Jurassic Park right now.
Oh, they getting on the trail.
Yeah, that's finna scare the shit out of somebody.
I swear, buddy, if it have a heart attack and a stroke.
All you gotta do is just start with the seed.
The first time I ever saw snow was like probably that one time it snowed in Atlanta. But that was my second time seeing snow. Bro, what the heck?
Bro, it's so cold.
Dumbass man. Dumbass man.
Are you feeling some altitude maybe? What happened? Did you not sleep last night? Let me ask you a question. You seem very energized right now?
Is that?
Yeah, you do. You seem tired. You seem sad.
I don't know what be wrong with Nick. I don't know. But all of a sudden, like, he'll just distance himself, you know, like, just get down like he's thinking about something.
It's weird. I just be in my own world. I mean, I try to fit in sometimes. Like, I try to change my personality, but a part of me saying, like, no, like, just be yourself. So I be myself sometimes.
I think Nick, he likes being surrounded by people, except for when he's in his moods or I know he likes to be alone.
I'll separate myself from the group just to, like, connect with nature. Because I never seen, like, nothing like this in my life. One moment I'll be happy, but then I'll think about one thing and my whole mood just changed. Like, I'll get depressed. And then people will be walking up to me and I'll just, like, isolate myself. I'll be like, I have, like, my own space. Like, I'll be like, leave me alone. When you in the city, it don't stop. Like, school, weekends, work. And, like, extracurricular, like basketball, after school program. I babysit my niece and nephews. It's like, you're trapped in the bubble. I'm tired.
Now, I'm concerned about you because we want you to grow into someone that is excited to be who you are. You have to learn who you are. What do I like? What do I not like? and it's challenging to develop your own identity, but I see that you're under pressure. How often do you feel like you're dealing with sadness?
Not every day, but it's like majority of times.
What do you think you're sad about?
I don't even know. It can be about multiple things. It can be about family related, anything.
You're not sure where they're coming from, but you do feel them.
Yeah.
And other times you feel really good.
Yeah.
And we all go through this. You're not the only one. And you know that you have us to talk to, right? Miss Ebony is always there. You know I'm always here. Anytime you want to talk, you know that we're here to talk to, correct?
Yeah.
Home sweet home. Yes.
So we've got work to do. We're gonna have to get our backpacks out. We've got to think 5 nights, 6 days.
Oh, yeah.
Well, why did I buy this?
I got too much dry food, bro.
I don't know why you put it in order if you're gonna stuff it back in the stuff set. Just it's gonna go back out of order.
Open the door, please.
That's how you do it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now let's go to an interesting conversation. Tomorrow is Father's Day, and part of my job actually at Wilderness Works is to combat fatherlessness. You know, when I was a kid, I was very lucky because I had Pat and Ed Michler. When they were having trouble having children, they went to an orphanage and adopted me in 1958. But they are not my parents, and I never knew my father or my mother, right? Ahmani, 8 years without a father, okay? You go and visit him at prison, and then he calls you on the phone, he calls me, and he sends letters, right? What does that mean to you?
Like, cause he does all that stuff and I get to see him, it's almost like he has been there, even though he hasn't. It's like he's trying to do his best as a father, even though he's incarcerated.
My dad's on parole, but he has a really strict, like, officer. It's weird because, like, they treat him like he's still a prisoner. Like, he can't see me or anything. He has to have, like, someone supervising him. Like, he can't be trusted at all. Like, he still is kind of in jail.
Where is your dad?
My dad got shot at a hotel when I was 6.
So he was murdered. 6 years old. Wow. So here you are, a guy who's trying to become a man, and you got nobody to show you the way. Let's talk about Clifford. Clifford is going back to be at a party to celebrate the release of his father from prison for how many years? So 8 years of his life has had no dad. His mother struggled to raise 4 children. Are you excited to see your dad?
Yeah.
You probably miss him.
Yeah.
Do you look like him?
People say I do.
Is it difficult?
Watching my mother trying to raise us is without a father.
What time is it? Y'all better hurry up. Stink in his room. When y'all gonna clean the room up? Like when? Clean this stuff up. I'm not finna clean this mess up.
I didn't see a good neighborhood till I was maybe 7th grade, 8th grade. And it was just like a lot of fighting, gun violence, robbery, drug trafficking. You know you don't want to be there, but that's all you ever seen. My dad, he'll go to jail for like a year or 2, get out. He might stay out for like 6, 7 months and go back. This time he might do a longer sentence and then get out, do another sentence, so it's like repetitive. So I don't really have that connection with my dad like that.
Clifford as a child, he's just kind of like quiet. But I really don't see any traits from his father. I just see all of me, pretty much. Y'all want some cereal?
I don't drink milk.
So why you not drinking milk?
It's not good for you.
Milk not good for you? Pizza not good for you? You still eat it? After Cliff's dad and I broke up, I met my 3 youngest kids' dad. But he's passed away now.
He had a heart attack in the car. We were like this. And that, like, when he passed away, it was just like, I really ain't got nobody now, for real. Now we're really rock bottom.
So what did you buy for them to eat Saturday?
I got everybody a 6-piece of fries, some rice. No, it was some
individual?
rice. Yeah.
How much was it?
It was 28 something total.
You should have just got a family. Next time you just get a family meal. Don't try to buy everybody individual meals. It's just me. It's just me. It's me all day long, nonstop. When anything happens, I have to be the one there to do everything.
I was at Parkside Elementary. I was in 5th grade. And Bill came to my school. I was like, maybe I should give it a try. So I gave Bill my mother's number.
I did feel skeptical at first. I'm not gonna even say I didn't, because it was like, who is this man that wants to just get these kids and take them out of town or teach them things? What is his motive, you know?
My first trip, we went to Tybee Island. I was just like, yeah, I love this program. You know, you're a kid, you know, you're in a 3-story house on the beach with positive people around you. You can talk to them and you're playing and stuff. It was fun.
Clifford wanted to go. He was happy. And all the quietness that I seen kind of like stopped.
Wild nature, it's like a drug. I don't smoke, so basically I call it my high. It just feels some type of way. I can't explain. It's freedom, and you don't feel none of the threats and the pressure that comes in the city, particularly in the hood. You don't feel none of that because you're out there basically by yourself with the water and the mountains and things like that. And it's just a stress relief.
Clifford has been on many, many trips in remote wilderness across the United States, and the younger kids are looking up to him. So I'm very excited to see Cliff and his development in the direction he's heading in. We've got 4 passes to do. West Maroon Pass, Frigid Air Pass, Trail Rider Pass, and Buckskin Pass. This one is icy. You've got to be very careful here.
A pass is like almost like a U, and you climb up this mountain and you go through it, through the U, and then you go down.
A 4-pass loop is basically 4 mountains. It's going in a loop. It's basically what it means. Like,
Pack your trash, bury all human waste. If we have to go to the number 2, we have to dig a hole 6 inches deep and make sure you fill up the hole or whatever when you're done and cover it up, etc. Any questions? All right, let go.
Let go.
I love your socks, by the way. Your socks are spectacular.
Say no cap.
I mean, no cap, okay?
I know, I feel it in my toes. It's burning.
I do not take my shoes off when I cross the river, okay? I recommend you do the same, but your shoes will be wet. All right, here we go. Cliff, I need your help.
Bill had me actually stand in the water to help them cross. Basically, I was just like, if I fall in the water, I just fall in the water. I got to make sure they get across.
Come on, bro. Ready, set, go.
Because I'm a mentor, like, their safety matters more because they're younger. Everybody got across safe. But when I got out the water, I couldn't feel my legs. And it stung. Like I got stung by a bee.
Y'all did a good job. By the way, if I were you, I would wipe off my face, too, because the whole side of you is just, you look like somebody who just got out of war.
Yo, bro, low-key, that shit was fun, though. That was fun.
So this is where we are. So really, tomorrow, we will probably do 2.5 times what we did today. We'll have to get up early and make it happen.
Hold this.
They all over the place. All over this campsite. It's
But
crazy.
they can't get me now?
Yep. My face is not safe.
Turn that joint down, bro. All right. Okay.
Watch the road, bit.
What the world?
I know something about
No, buddy. Turn that junk off and then take it off.
We're gonna blow up real talk.
This is black bear country. Absolutely no food in your tent, ever.
I'll trade you some Cheez-Its for some flavors.
Man, I don't like Cheez-Its.
Block his show, fam. Oh, let me jump in. Yeah. Hey, fucking his face, bro.
Is that even really fair? See?
I don't know. You the one who traded with me. Take backs.
Let's try this.
No take backs.
Look fun.
Everybody, we're gonna have a meeting.
Let's bag it all up.
Everybody has got a bag of food, right? How many canisters do we have that actually have some room in them? Well, we've got 3 that I can see, right?
We didn't realize that we didn't have enough bear canister. Bear canister is basically a help. Like when the bear come and try to get your food, they can smell it because their nose are powerful. So when they come, try to get the food, they can't get into it.
So here you got these big bags of food. Let's talk about what can happen here. One is if we're not able to secure the food, the bear can eat the food. Worse yet, somehow it leads to bear interest in us in the tents and somebody gets bitten. Worse than that, there are stories of bears pulling people out of their tent. You guys didn't think about this when we were at the house, did you? This is serious.
When I first started, Bill would talk about bears coming to get our food, or they can go through the tent. If they smell anything on you, they'll kill you for it. And I thought it was like, oh, all right, that's not gonna happen to us. But about 3 years ago, we were in Wyoming, and I was in a tent. And all of a sudden I hear, bear. So I get up out of the tent. I'm like, oh no, this is not a dream. You look, and it's like this brown grizzly bear, like 30 feet away from us, just circling the campsite. I didn't go to sleep probably 3 o'clock in the morning, paranoid. Since then, yeah, I knew, like, it's serious. All those stories I was hearing, it gets serious out here.
Let me tell you what, as we keep progressing, we're gonna get to a certain point, which is the halfway point. It's also the riskiest point because if something happened, we have all the way to go to come back. Do we want to have to quit the whole trip because we're making unwise decisions?
No. Yeah. This is all my
Because we didn't have enough bear canisters, we had to use the Kevlar bag.
Remember, we've got to be able to untie it too, so don't go too crazy.
I felt like I just zoned out. Like, you're just taking it all in and you're connecting with the animals, like on some mind power trick type thing. All our food, you know, was safe. We was happy, so we pack up. We ready to go.
Bill was talking about if it was a day that we were going up a pass, we needed to move fast because if it was raining, you were up so high that you could actually be struck by lightning.
That climbing was hard. And you look and you see Bill like 1,000 feet away up in the air, like he's like a dot. You like, oh my God, crazy.
Can't breathe from that. The air is too thin. Can't breathe. I'm gonna faint. Where we going though?
We all think it's food that fuels us, and it does, of course, but oxygen fuels us. It's amazing. I feel like I'm gonna faint. I feel dizzy, right? And then I just breathe slowly. I take about maybe 20 breaths, and slowly I just come back to life. It's amazing. And I get like, it's like fuel. It's crazy. All right, let's go.
Getting to the top, it was a lot to take in. Just seeing these high mountains and these trees, these valleys, and all this other stuff. I felt like I was on top of the world.
Right up until that time, I didn't know whether our group could actually successfully cross these passes that are close to 13,000 feet. But I saw, once we did our first pass, that we were able to do so, and I was more confident about coming passes.
Y'all want to do the trail? It's probably going to be a little bit longer. Y'all want to go down the snow where we could just meet Bill most of the way.
Bro, I'm trying to slide real talk.
Y'all trying to slide? Cause if we
well,
y'all try to
Let's
slide.
do it, bro.
Let's go, Brian.
Down the snow. Real talk. We gone. Oh, we gone. Oh, we gone.
Oh, no, I was not doing that. I was not going for that because, first of all, that's stupid. Second of all, it's not intelligent. And third of all, you're getting your clothes wet and it's cold outside. Come on, man. I was the smartest out of the whole group.
When I get home, my mom cook me some white rice, some tofu, and some black beans.
Shut up, bro.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna make some pancakes.
But chill out, bro. I don't want to talk about food right now.
I'm gonna really make it too and put that shit on the pan. Put it on the pan.
If I start thinking about food, bro, I'm start thinking about trail mix, and that's all I have. Now I want pancakes. What the hell?
What?
A bee tried to sting me.
What?
What he do?
A bee tried to sting me.
He says bees.
No, it did not.
Yes, it did.
Bees do not just go out of their way to sting people. When they sting people, they die. Yeah, you have to aggravate it.
All I heard was this buzzing sound, right? Then I look to my right. I see like this thing, and his stinger's pointing towards me. Then, like I see his legs drop down. Then it's something freaking like pointing towards me, and then it's coming.
You must have aggravated.
Y'all never believe me.
Boy, you smoking too much crack, boy.
Hey, we are not going, we're gonna have to go back if we don't find the shoe. Why are we taking our shoes off and walking around barefoot anyway? We need to figure out where did Sean go and go there. So just don't go aimlessly looking around. We have to find out from Sean, where did he go? All right, let's keep looking.
We spent a good 20 minutes like looking for his shoe. It was under a log, but Bill was talking about some, if we do not find his shoe, we're going back.
What would have happened if we lost a shoe?
Obviously, we was not going back because he paid a lot of money for this trip. And I appreciate him for that, but we found the shoe, we kept on going on.
Oh, my legs are burning. I cannot feel my legs.
It was cold. My socks was wet. I didn't have the right food. I had a whole bunch of Cliff bars.
Let me get some Snickers, man.
It was tough.
We have to go over that pass. You see that? Oh, it looks like a golf course up there.
Passing one pass is tough already. So when you gotta go over two of them, no.
Damn, we gotta do 2 passes today.
Right?
What? Oh, this is tough.
No.
Is backpacking easy?
No.
This is a whole different kind of world. This is a hard world, right? And I think most of the people I know are too soft. This is not their element. This is my element. I guess one question is this your element? Nick, what is your element? Now, you might be too young to know, right? And too inexperienced. What do you think, Ahmani?
Honestly, I don't really know if this is my element. I mean, I do like being outside and all, but I don't really know if this is...
If you had an alternative, would you pick the alternative or would you try to come to a place like this?
I would probably pick the alternative.
So you probably would not come here. I don't want you to come back unless you want to. And with Ahmani, I think Ahmani is hinting that he really doesn't want to. So it's not for everybody. It's something to think about. But I do hope somebody here would like to come back and either here or wherever we go, but you know you'll have to be tough. All right, let's go.
I've never seen that like this before.
Yeah. Can't get it all in one view.
It's like a snake.
Yeah, Snake River.
Be sure you're ready to go, correct? Good.
If I slip, I'm just gonna slide down. Oh, it's like, it's so much snow over there?
I can't do this.
Fuck around and slide down.
Oh, I know my trick again.
Hell no.
If that works, they'll do it.
That boy down hit me. Once we had got down the pass and we're almost at the campsite, the trail had went covered by snow. And I remember I was right behind Bill, and it was like scary.
It's like a steep hill of snow, almost straight.
One wrong step and you could just go tumbling down the hill or straight into the lake.
That's some dangerous ass shit.
Hey, bro, I'm going down. Who is he telling?
Bullshit, boy.
Walk this way, walk this way.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Chill out. Don't get there. You're not gonna die. We're crossing it one by one. So you have to put one foot in front of the other, stay low, don't look down. And everybody's safety's in hand.
Go to your right a little bit. Go to your right.
I think Sean realized that his life was in stake.
I think he looked down and he was like, I'm not going no further.
Sean, can you come down a little bit and go over that way?
Snow looks easier.
And he got so scared that like he couldn't move no more, and he just stopped.
All right, listen. You were hesitant about crossing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I'm with you, can you follow me?
Yeah.
No, this has to be an absolute yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, what you want to do is lean into the mountain, the snow side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? And you put your foot in the footsteps that are there already made. And you just look at the footsteps only, and you look this way. Okay? Sometimes you have to take a big step. I want you behind me. Are you behind me?
No.
Keep going, keep going. Good job, good job, good job. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. I got to hold your hand, didn't I?
Ain't no help.
All right, let's go set up camp.
I'll get your sleeping bag.
Let's reflect on today. When we're crossing almost a diagonal snowfield, and if something happened that we don't expect and somebody slid down, that was a long way down, almost all the way to the lake. I don't mind river crossings. I don't mind crossing passes. It's tough, high altitude, blah, blah, blah. That I don't want to do. That's not what I'm here to do. We're here to connect with wild nature, not to risk our lives. And that was too close for me to be comfortable.
When you first arrived at that snow, how did you feel?
I was finna die.
You was like scared?
Yeah, I was scared.
I had to go step by step. Like, it took me at least like 20 seconds to do each step. When I got there, I was relieved. I was like, it's over. I'm straight now.
I give you my mashed potato.
Oh, it's done.
Hey, we won.
Man, I'm gonna give each of y'all 1/3 of a pity.
This is not an easy place to get to. There's a pass on that side. There's a pass on that side.
That one was probably the hardest. It wasn't as high as the other ones, but the trail was sort of a zigzag, and it took a long time.
With the high altitude thing, I would look and see Norhea like breathing hard, basically.
I cannot walk no more. I have altitude problems. I have so many emotions right now. I'm getting aggravated at the most tiniest things. It's like if my shoes get stuck in mud, I'll get so mad. I thought I was trying to go slow, but I couldn't stop. And then I slipped on a rock. I almost died.
Come on, bro. We gotta get up this pass. I know it's hard, bro. We gotta get up this pass. Come on, bro. We need to get up. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We're going up. Gonna walk all the way up that pass. No matter how slow you do it, we're walking up that pass without stopping. Helping Ohea, I kind of felt a responsibility to do it. One, because he was my tent mate. And two, really because he's a dear friend. So like doing that, it motivated him and motivated me.
I like seeing that somebody basically the same age or like a leader stepping up to the plate, realizing things have to get done or we have to help each other to get through this trip. And basically Ahmani took a lot of leadership, things he usually don't do. It's like he's on the right track.
Think about, we did West Maroon Pass, we did Frigid Air Pass, we did Trail Rider Pass, And today, we did Buckskin Pass. And here we are at the end of the circle, and you completed this circle. You crossed 4 passes. You went up to 12,500 feet 4 times. Very, very challenging. Like I said, when you get home, your friends won't even know what you're talking about.
Well, your hands got bigger, bro.
My hand, I feel like they really did.
What can we tell younger people as we introduce them to Wilderness Works?
You're gonna have your ups and downs, like you're gonna have hard times, but you're gonna have easy times. Either way, like it's worth it.
I felt pretty good, I guess. It was hard, but at least I got through it.
I really am proud of you. I was worried there.
At the time, I thought because I was so unsure that I didn't like it. But now I realized how big that was and like what I did. Just going over 4 passes, seeing these wild animals. There's a huge world out there and there's so much to discover. So it took me a while to realize like if it was my element or not.
When you first go out into nature, you're not used to having everything for 7 days in one bag. When you do it time after time after time after time, like the button just turns on like, dang, it's actually a world I've never seen before. And you realize the freedom of it. Basically, it opens like plugs in your brain. When they be like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and Bill corrects us, he's basically telling us like, you can continue doing this and you can help other people get out here and keep coming back.
It felt like I was playing a game, but it's like real life. Once you reach 1 pass, you at like level 1, level 2, level 3, and you pass the game. And it just made me feel proud, because I just did 24 miles. I'm gonna get mine.
And by the way, Ahmani, I want you to know, you're right for wilderness. You may not know it, but you are. Kids are so used to virtual reality. By having a real experience, really being at 13,000 feet, the real experience is far superior, and they discover that on the trail. That's very gratifying.
This is makeup. Nah, it's makeup remover. Move dirts, right? No. But I get a mustache remover.
It's like snow.
Yeah, it's actually called snow sugar.
Oh, that's funny.
What do you plan on being when you grow up?
A personal fitness trainer.
Okay, that's cool.
But that might change.
True, things
Working
will change.
here.
Yep.
Or the masterpiece. 2-5.
Clock out.
Oh my God. I sat out here for an hour.
Golly.
You got on a,
The head net.
yeah. He officially out. Like, when was the last time you seen him there?
When I was 10.
10?
Yeah.
11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh yeah, he's about 40 now, ain't it? You nervous?
Why I'm nervous? Are you nervous?
I'm just ready to see him again.
And when you talk to him, tell him how you feel too.
I don't know how I feel.
Are you mad at him?
No. I'm probably not mad because I probably was sort of used to it. It wasn't days where I was just like, man, I ain't got no daddy in my life or whatever. I was just disappointed. Yeah, just used to it. I just got here. Yeah, I got him. Yeah. Yeah, I got him. Nah, he got me by an inch.
What's going on with you?
Nothing much. I just came from out of town with the program I'm in Colorado for a month. I just flew back yesterday.
What you doing out there?
Backpacking, wilderness, stuff like that. Backpacking. You know what that is?
I think he was kind of like shocked, like, this is my son? Yeah, this is your son.
That's a sight to see. You don't want to see. You're doing right. You're in the right lane.
I think he likes it because he realized that I'm different from him. Like, he wasn't on the right track. And him seeing me doing these opposite things that he did, I guess it's like, oh my gosh, he's actually doing something with his life. I think I got a picture of my son. We were just alike.
I've never traveled in the mountains or nothing like that, but it brought Clifford a ton of energy.
That's me?
Yeah, that's you. He was like, Mom, it's something other than just Atlanta, other than just Georgia, outside of, you know, just these four walls. Matthew's trying to get a job too now. He's trying to step up and keep his grades up because I'm like, look at your brother, he's doing good. And even the other kids, they respect him now. I thank him. Like, I really thank him for being a good child. Now I feel like I can brag a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that snow is no joke.
That's you.
That's me right there.
I was the first one to join motorsports out of my family. They was like, Nick, can I come with you? Cause like, I've been missing you. You'll be like, all right.
Sonny, stand up. Are you related to Brandon?
I'm happy for them. I just want to see their reaction. Like, when they get inside like wilderness, like, I just want to see how they react. I'm not gonna say I'm fully mature, because I know I didn't. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. But I'm not finna let depression take over my life.
So some of the kids that come here are living in shelters. And Ahmani knows what it's like to be homeless. And I'm very proud of Ahmani because he has stood tough all this time. Look at him.
There was one in particular at city camp I did see myself in. It was in the same stuff I was into when I was that age.
Well, yeah, I felt the same thing. It was all unpredictable, and I don't know where I would go or anything, and nothing, I don't know what would happen or who would be here or anything. It was really stressful, like Ahmani said. Oh, yeah.
Ahmani can let these kids know that it doesn't stop here, that they call it transitional housing because you're not meant to stay there, but transition into something better. Red Rover, send Lucas over. If you expose yourself to more than just what the system offers you, there's no limit to what you can become.
When you were out there in the mountains, when you guys reached the top, did it feel like you guys were in an Atlanta building all the way up there?
First climbing the pass is hard. I mean, it's tough. So once you get up there and you get to the top and you see where you came from and you point and you feel the wind, you're like on top of the world. And you feel like you accomplished something.
These guys have done major stuff, and there's even more you can do. There's no limit. People who think big, do big. The question is, how many of you feel like this is something you would like to do? I do believe that the group of people that have experienced wilderness could make this go way beyond what I've done. Can you and Cliff take the first group upstairs? There's a series of chain reactions, and that's exciting.
Get the other light on.
Come on, bro, I got you. We still got like 10 more minutes.
Yeah, but you can talk, but talk quietly because
Okay.
you're going to bed.
No, move. No.
Bye.